only on esportbf.com.
All right, guys, so we are going to be going live here. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties on Deuce's side. I actually just got off of work, had an exciting call out today, but either way, we are going to be here watching some incursions, and hopefully we are going to be able to see some awesome matches going down. This is going to be ApeX versus eXz, and as of right now, we are going to be seeing ApeX, I believe, defending right now. Nope. Take that back. That's going to be eXz who is defending at the moment. ApeX is going to be the attackers. And you can see right now, picking up a few of these players that are just kind of straggling around for the flanks. Does not see the one over there from the main spawn. Will end up going down. That's going to be Bulldog getting picked up there. We'll be able to get some revives going in here as well, which is going to be critical on this particular map. So if you guys are not familiar with this particular mode, this is going to be Battlefield 1 Incursions. We are watching the breakthrough on Amains, which is a lot different than what we have seen previously on oh my god, why are we perpetually red here? This is not cool. But this is going to be a flag, not quite like Squad Rush, but definitely similar to Squad Rush, if you guys do remember that mode from back in the day. And yeah, so we are going to be getting here for the defense right now onto Xanax. And you will be able to pick up aim, clearing off that alpha point. You can see right there up at the top left-hand side of your scoreboard, that is the amount of tickets that they are going to have to drain here in order to take the win on this map. There are going to be 3 separate points that these guys have to defend. And if you're, of course, on the other team, then you're going to have to attack. And we are seeing right now eXz starting to push back in towards the front side of that alpha point. He will be able to hold down some potential pushes coming in to the actual building, though you don't really need to actually have that happen. He is using the AT kit, which means he will be the #1 killer of that tank other than the other tank itself. But that mortar is going to be going down, and if you guys have played some competitive games here lately on Incursions, you know that this bad boy, especially to the tank, is just so damn good. You can see him taking down aim, getting a couple of shots there onto the tank as well. That could be huge here if he's able to get the disable on it, but he will not. And it does look like they have lost the sector. So ApeX looking pretty good here on the attack. We do see Cryfax having to push on back with his own tank because he does not want to get caught out here. Now, I don't know if they've made any changes to this. I don't think they have. But you do end up getting your tank back at the end of each and every point. So it's not really a big loss if you do lose your tank there towards the end. You are just going to be able to respawn back in it. So it's not a massive thing in order to survive with your tank there at the very last second. Does look like we are going to be seeing a main push coming in towards the first road here. Just trying to clean up some potential players here into the back. Not going to be seeing anybody just yet, but this is probably one of the, I would say, hardest points to push. It's definitely more of a defender's setup. And we are going to be seeing... I apologize there, guys. Okay, so my mic is showing that it's working in OBS, but it is showing that it is muted on my computer. So I hope that you guys have been hearing me. If not, I do apologize for that. But anywho's, we are going to be seeing a push now coming in here from Bulldog. He will be able to maybe get some potential shots coming in. No, not going to be the case. The tank doing a very good job of just putting down some cover fire. We'll be able to pick up at least one. We do see Prime now spotting out 2 to the left here. Using that LMG, this is the Madsen, probably one of the better LMGs in the game at the moment, and he will not be able to get any of the frags on it just yet. Oh, but look at that auto-loading extended. Will be able to take him down after they have changed the medic kit around. Put that gun onto him. He has become one of the more powerful kits in the game. And I do like that. I think that the medic definitely needed something like that. But we do see eXz, though, getting a nice little potential flank. He does end up going down. It looks like his teammate, though, takes down the tanker. Now, if he can prevent him from getting healed, this is going to be huge. We'll be able to take down the med. This is a massive play. Takes down the tanker, takes down the medic, potentially going to get a third kill here. This guy is going huge right now on this defender point. He doesn't even really need to pick up this kill. He's done really what he needed to do in this situation. So, fantastic job. We'll be able to do just that, though. 17 tickets are going to be left here for ApeX. And I got to say, Xana doing a fantastic job. If you guys don't know, if you die as an engineer kit, you do end up losing your tank. So the only way that you end up preventing that is if you do get revived, but we'll be able to stop that revive coming in. Now, as I said before, you do get a instant respawn if you keep your tank, so it's not going to be massive, but it does get rid of that one respawn. And it does look like we are seeing that massive push coming in on the north side of this point. Players are starting to push on out. Medic does end up going down right now for easy. We'll be seeing some players pushing up through the smoke. Xana will be able to pick up one. Looking for the second one. Looks like he did end up connecting with that shot. Tanks are going to try and do some splash damage. Will end up helping out with the kill, but not quite getting it. Pushing back the opponent's tank. Yeah, he has to go back. No infantry players really here. But, oh, no. We do see a potential push coming in from the AT player. That was going to be onto ApeX, but he does get taken down. I believe that was Cyclona's. So fantastic job there on them. They will be able to get the tank completely healed up. This is critical, making sure that you guys are going to be able to push in. And I like this from the tanker. You know, the tanker is definitely playing a little bit more on the passive side of things. He's not getting too aggressive. You know, a lot of times you will see tankers trying to just bulldoze their way up into the point, and you know that's not really the best of things that you can do. You need to wait for your infantry players. Yes, the tank is powerful, but he can get overwhelmed very easily, especially with the setups that we have right now with a dedicated AT. Do we have a assault? No, but we do have a support there onto ApeX. So yeah, not seeing any shock assaults, but the mortar players will end up doing a lot of damage there to those tanks, as he is able to just completely get some good splash damage and some direct fire onto them. So we are going to be seeing a little bit of a reorganization, trying to make this push once again. Potential flank going down. Did end up getting completely taken out. I think that was Xana once again. And Core not able to land any of these shots. He is using that medic kit. Such a powerful gun on this, as we stated before. And we'll go on right now with Xana, who has had a fantastic game so far, doing some work. We'll be able to spot out one with that raid leader, taking down their opponents. And you can see putting up those spawn beacons, allowing his team to get some really decent flanks if they choose to do so. Raid leader, a very, very critical kit in order to just make your team presence known on the map. It allows you to get some really good positioning, allows you to hold some power positions as well. But we do see the medic now going down for eXz. 3 players are going to be inside the tunnel. The smokes, though, coming out, covering it, almost able to get the kill. The tank will end up finishing that up. Not going to be seeing any revives going in there. The tank still for ApeX is pushed into the back, not able to do much of anything at all just yet. And you can see with only 10 tickets right now, they've got to make a push here pretty soon. Does look like the tank deciding to go ahead and push on back, but we do see the medic now coming back in. He did a little bit of damage there with the 18 nade, but he's not going to be able to do anything more than just that. Prime does end up going down. We do see the cleanup once again. Very strong hold coming in. Like I said, this is really a good defender's position. This is probably one of the best sites on Amains for the defenders to make their hold. And you can see a very large flank going down right now. over here into the back. And that is going to be Crash Core. That is a little bit of a risky move. Now, they do have a little bit of time remaining, about a minute and a half before this is over, but we do see Xana now going in for a flank. And I really want to see what he's going to be able to make of this happen. And now the tank is going to be a little bit of a problem, but if he can get these infantry players, this is going to be massive. He could actually just stall out the game right here. Now finds the mortar support, will be able to take him down. The reactions, not too fast here, but he does see Bulldog as well. Gets a little bit of shots into him. Not going to be able to kill him just yet, but that's okay. He's stalled out any kind of a push, like I said, and that's exactly what he wants to do here in this situation. But, oh my god, the raid leader is probably one of the worst positions that you could possibly be. Had a tank on the backside, had another raid leader there into the front looking in. But look at that flank coming in from Crash. He is going to be able to get onto the point, but he's a medic. He's not a raid leader. He's not going to be able to get those supports from his other infantry players to come on in the spawns. And it does look like he is going to get picked up completely, as well as aim. So very, very good job there from Pinigro, as he is going to be able to clean it up with that LMG. So fantastic holds so far. I do like the idea of going in for that flank. I think that the flank would have been better for the raid leader in that situation, as opposed to having the medic going for it. Medic's not really going to be that useful overall in the fight, unless you're just going to be guaranteed only infantry players on it. So fantastic job there, as we do see ApeX only able to get that 1 point onto the board. eXz rather is going to have a I'm not going to say easy time, but they should be able to take this first point fairly easily. And then it's just going to come down to who can assault onto that second point as well as possible. Okay, guys, so once again, a little bit of a reintroduction, because like I said, I don't know if my mic was off or not, but we are here for ESB Qualification Cup. I believe this is the second one. We are yeah, I did do a little bit of ESL Battlefield 4 stuff, and of course I did do some ESB stuff back in Battlefield 4 as well. But I am BrettFX. We are here going to be watching some incursions. This is going to be a best of one, ApeX versus eXz. And we are now going to be flipping sides. ApeX did take the very first point. They were able to take Alpha, but were not able to get past onto that Bravo point. They were not able to get past that very, very difficult choke point that we see every single time teams kind of falter on. Their tank did a decent job of staying alive, but the infantry players were really struggling in order to get back in there. So now it's going to be up to eXz to try and make something happen. You know, they're going to have to really hit that A site hard. Maybe get through it within, I don't know, maybe a loss of 10 tickets at most. And see what they can do over onto that second point. We are going to be starting here in about 10 seconds. Okay, so mic was on. Good. Well, I just did two starts, so it's all good. Okay, here we go. Now I do want to I think we're going to stay on board onto the aspect of the defenders here on this one. Let's go ahead and get our outlines up for the blue team, which is very, very nice to have. I have to admit, that is a very amazing addition that we have here in Battlefield 1, so props to the guys over there at DICE for doing that. Now, we are going to be seeing a very heavy push coming in over towards the right side of the map if you are the defenders. This is a very, very good, strong push. You do have a lot more cover, I would have to say, over on here, and you can utilize your tank a little bit better in terms of positioning him so he can kind of peek shoot like what we're seeing right now. We'll see if some smokes are going to be going out. This is where you normally see about 2 or 3 smokes trying to be laid out right there onto that Alpha building. A push coming in. AIM knows that there's going to be a push coming in. I like the setup from Bulldog as well. Crash could actually come in for a flank. I would kind of like to see him maybe get a little bit aggressive. He's not going to do much as a medic there in that situation. So he's not going to be able to, he doesn't really need to stay alive, in my opinion. He could go around for the flank, try and cause a little bit of disturbance. You can see the mortar, though, doing some work. Penegro is going to be getting hit. Aim doesn't going down. That's going to be the first death coming in onto this side. That is going to go ahead and make the push happen here for the team. eXz and Xana now going to be making their play for that alpha flag. The raid leader now going down. Crash makes his push, but he decides to come back through tunnel to maybe help out his teammates. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that potential picks that he's looking for, but look at this. All 4 players now onto the alpha flag. They will be able to burn this down so fast, but we do see a couple of players now getting onto the point here for ApeX. They've managed to stop it for the time being. Aim trying to do some work. He picks up one. Can he pick up a second one? Penegro will be able to take him down, so nice little trades going in. A 2-piece comes in for Crashcore using that auto-loading, and he will be able to clean up the majority of those players, but here is the power of the raid leader. Xana is going to be up top. We see now the spawns coming in. Bulldog will be able to take him down. Cyclones staying up and alive, and look at that. The revives coming in. This is huge here for this team. We should be seeing another beacon going down. 3 people should be coming on to the point, and all of a sudden, it's floating back into the favor here of eXz. Mortars are going to try and do some work onto the building, but really, you know, he needs to be careful not to be staying out too awful much there, as Cryfax not getting as much damage in as I would like to have seen. I think that he could have been a little bit more aggressive, maybe flipped his side onto over here onto buses. Or I'm sorry, train cars, and maybe got a little bit of a better angle onto the tank, use the building as that cover, but still going to be seeing that presence there onto that alpha flag. So, oh, sorry guys, as we are going to be on board right now with aim. See if they can maybe clean this out. Now, Bulldog has managed to get up into that second story. If you guys did not know, if you are in the second story, you can't burn from up there, so you really need to be on the bottom floor, which is where obviously... Oh, was that a 2-piece mortar? It was. Prime. Getting some good damage in there, cleaning that backside out. But we do see a... we do see a flank. That's going to be eXz. This is huge. Tank does end up going down. He's still going to be staying alive. Half health at the moment, and he is going to be using a really good weapon. The sweeper here has a massive amount of damage that it can throw down range. You will be able to spot out the spawn beacon as well. So a little bit further to run here, but not too much from that spawn beacon. But he is going to be causing one hell of a disturbance in the back. He does end up getting picked up. That is a shame. His team wasn't able to really capitalize too awful much on that, as they are just now getting onto that flag.
20 attackers remain.
And Cyclones here on that autoloader, able to pick up 2 kills. We do see at least 1 player still left up and alive up top. Does he go for the revive? No, Cyclones goes in for the kill onto Bulldog. Will be able to take him down. No revive just yet, as he's just going to try and live here. He's just going to try and stay alive. Does look like there was 1 player sitting upstairs on screen. We couldn't actually see that, but this is looking like it's potentially a cap coming in for these guys. 20 lives left. They have plenty of time, plenty of lives here to make this second push. And that is going to be a really good hold there, I would have to say, for the attacking team. They did a really good job of retaking onto that alpha point. And we'll see if they're going to be able to make a stand onto this second point, as eXz was not able to... I'm sorry, eXz was actually able to hold on to this point. It was ApeX who was not able to actually push in to this position. And you can see right here, Crashcore spotting out 2 players transitioning, picking up the 1, does end up going down by that sweeper. So we have a little bit of a different push coming in here, a big flank coming down. And it does look like eXz may be pushing up with his tank, which I do like. I really do like the tanker and the AT guys to kind of stick together a little bit, as they do complement each other very, very well. You have the sweeper, who can do a massive amount of damage down on the ground, will allow him to really do some just massive damage to the infantry players, and of course have the opportunity to help out his tanker against the opponent's tanker if they do decide to make a big push. It does look like Cryfax decides to back up just a bit. He's just going to go ahead and get some peek shots in. And Prime does go down. as we see a couple of shots coming in from the flank. Xana is going to go ahead and decide to push up the middle. Does he get the spots out for the player here? Looks like he did end up getting taken out. So Xana should have free range to kind of push up onto this flank. Spots out one. Oh, but the headshots coming in. That was a really good shot there from AIM. As eXz also going to be able to pick up one. He gets taken down as well. Penegro now deciding to go ahead and get a little bit aggressive. Does he have the mortars available? Doesn't look like he's going to be setting anything down. The mortars, though, from the other team is going to do a massive damage to the tank. And this is the power of that mortar. You're really able to zone out the tank. You're going to make him back up, especially on Amains, because it is so difficult for the tank to find a good position to not get locked in. It's hard. It's really, really hard for the tank to not have to be just extremely wary about his positioning on this map. Sinai Desert, I feel like you can be a little bit more lackadaisical as to where you're actually sitting. And it does look like now Penegro getting the spot there onto the tank. He wants to get this mortar down. We'll see if he's going to be able to actually hit these shots. And it does look like the tank has moved out a little bit of those positions, but we do see ApeX getting pushed off of that gun, which is definitely a big deal. AIM, though, decides to go ahead and push the opponent's tank. eXz will end up going down in terms of the armor. And again, guys, this is just a very, very hard point to push. You can see these players really struggling as to where they're going to be able to get this damage in. The tanks will be respawning once again for eXz, or is it eXz? Oh my god, eXz. I don't know why. I want to say eGZ, but I know they're not eGZ. That was a team I used to cast back in the day. You're seeing him starting to gear up for another push once again. This tunnel is definitely the more popular push that is there in the game. It does allow the tank a little bit more positioning, I would have to say, as an attacker. But the problem right now being that the infantry players are not able to get in. Now we do see the mortars up. It does look like a couple of shots are going to be coming in. Nice hit. At least one of them has made a direct hit on it. Cryfax is going to be able to get a second one there. That is massive. The opponent is going to be up with their own war support. The push has come in. The tank is going to go down. This is happening right here, right now, guys. The infantry players are nowhere to be found. Trying to collapse upon this from ApeX. That is going to be Bulldog and Core, as they do have some spawn beacons out, but they're not going to do anything against this tank. They have absolutely no way of killing it. AIM is going to be able to spawn in with that assault kit, but against those infantry players, he is not going to be anything whatsoever. That's going to be a squad wipe, and boom, there you go. We do see them taking it down. That's going to be a 2-1 win on Amain. So fantastic job, I would have to say, there from eXz. Very explosive push there towards the very end. That mortar did a fantastic job of getting the damage onto the tank and being able to push him back. So very, very good job of working together and communicating when that damage was going to be coming in from those guys.